Welcome to Life Success. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you actually grab a coffee and join me. So go grab one now and we'll get started. Learning life's lessons. So what are we going to learn today? We're going to learn life lessons. Why I say that is because I've been through them myself. We all have, and that's an important part of how we roll in life, right? So think of your life as a life training course that begins at birth and then it blossoms, and the ends when you leave the planet and the modules of this course, right, come in a form of personal challenges. Why? Because problems and discontent, relationship hassles, etc., and all that kind of stuff, we are here to learn from these experiences, these situations, and to become a better person from these experiences so we can grow and become amazing people that life is supposed to be created for, right? So, for example, let's imagine that I am, attracted to men who victimize women in some way, or form, or shape. My personal self, have been through abuse. So every partner I've had were a bit abusive in some way or another, whether it's mental abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse. None of that is okay. So none of these kind of abuse is not okay to a person. Whether it's, emotional, mental abuse, that's when you're playing mind games with someone. You don't know whether you're there or not, or whether you're going to be in the relationship or not, or you're just playing this little game and using the person for your own vantage. That has happened to me in my past, and I don't want you guys to go through that. So, to overcome it, we must understand the reality of the situation. The lesson for me to recognize this situation that I keep, and choosing the wrong sort of man to understand why I do this, and then to change my behavior completely. This is important. If I don't learn this lesson, I'm going to find Mr. Wrong again, right? Which can happen, and it has happened to me before. If I don't learn this lesson, we struggle. When I finally grasp onto this module, this lesson, this situation, I will be learning a lot about myself, which is vitally important. And sometimes these things happen unexpectedly, and you wonder, why is it happening to you? Why is this happening? And we all go through that on a regular basis. So, about the type of love interest, I would like to attract so many. Each learning experiences brings more awareness and balance into our lives, but there is never an end to anything, to the learning. And when we have learned something new and really helpful to us, it's learning to meaning we move on to the next module. So knowing when we're shifting over to that stage of our lives, You are a work in progress. This is what the universe puts us through for a reason, to teach us something. Once we grasp onto it, this is a working progress, You are here to learn life's lesson, They will never stop until life ends. So when you die, basically, accept this and recognize that your life is an ongoing thing, So progress or process of self-awareness That is the very nature of life. So moving in circles, basically. So just imagine this big circle going round and around, and ensuring that you continually experience the ups and the downs in life. I have, and I'll tell you what, I've done that since I was quite young, since I was 10 years old, because I lost my brother at such a young age. I struggled with it, and I've been down in the dumps. I've been depressed. I know what it feels like. I've been through it all. And here I am standing before you, or sitting before you in this video, knowing that I have overcome the negativity of it all because I chose to think differently about my situations. I chose to be positive about it and know that something bigger than myself is supporting me, helping me through it, helping me grow as a person, and knowing how important it is. I could have lost my biological father through stroke. He nearly died. And you know what? It made me realize how important it is that I regretted what was happening around me. You know, I was young. I was in my 20s and stuff. And then I lost my brother at the age of 28. So we all go through the stage, you know. Recognize your lessons. Okay, so this is what you need to remember. Write this down if you must. Recognize your lessons. Understand what you need to learn, and then change your behavior accordingly. So this means addressing the situation, changing how you behave towards it, and changing your responses, because we do end up either be a scapegoat or we can face it with a positive attitude. And this is why it's so important, because I learned the art of facing it and dealing with it and admitting the fact, okay, it happened, but it doesn't mean I should be dragged down and feel miserable for the rest of my life. I'm not going to let myself be miserable because of that. I choose a positive life because of a happier experience in my life where I look back on for a good reason and know that something bigger was supporting me, knowing the universe was having my back on it. So I hope this helps you guys, and I hope you've learned something, and I hope your life experience has helped you to understand your situation. Blessings.